Welcome to Boss Dads Podcast, where we help men
become better leaders, fathers, and entrepreneurs.
Tune in today with us as we discuss the number one topic, New Year. Yes, sir. Riding easy like a Sunday morning.
All right. Attention. Salute to the 47th President of the United States of America, Donald Trump. At ease, soldier. Man, 47. That's almost 50, huh?
Man, yeah. Let's get into our topic for today. Controversy versus capitalism.
Controversial situations versus capitalism. What is capitalism?
Well, capitalism,
for those of you that don't know.
Basically, to cut it short, capitalism is when a person has the right to capitalize on a situation. So, for example, America unfortunately had the opportunity to capitalize on slavery of African Americans.
Ooh.
Because that is how they established businesses and wealth that helped build this country.
That's intense.
Was that too deep?
No, I wasn't too deep, but that was deep. Okay. Took it 400 years back. 400,
man.
How was it 400 years?
400. It was 400 years.
Yeah, we was in slavery for 400 years.
Wait, was we?
400 years. 400 years.
They had 400 years to establish this country, and they gonna doubt us on reparations. Are you serious? And question if things are anything you do.
Anything you do what?
Anything you do for 400 years is obviously like a monopoly. You mean to tell me we was in slavery for 400 years?
400 years, man. Listen, and then honestly, the way that they did it is, you gotta understand, they migrated like all of our people from a whole different country. So just imagine being a whole nother country, you don't understand the language. So they had a heads up, like they knew better. They knew better than to find somebody that spoke the same language. But slavery was going on for years, even in Egypt and everything like that. So in the Pharaoh time. So honestly, it's been going on for a while. So it's not new. You know, it's just about understanding and reading. And, you know, Europeans know their history, brother.
Now, you say it's not new. And I definitely see the truth in that because, you know, slavery is not true. It's not, you know, the first thing that happened in America. Slavery was happening all other places. But what is different about America, and this is a key word, is infrastructure. Because not only you got to realize in order to get the slaves there, like you said, they had to migrate all those Africans all the way to the Americans, right? So they had to have ships, they have to have loading docks, and all of that infrastructure is what was able to keep African Americans in slavery for so long. Like even if you escape where you were, like somebody would catch you and literally bring you back. And that's a part of infrastructure. And so I know some people, I'm not going to say that I agree. Some people contemplate that we're still in slavery. You know, today, some people feel that way and other people disagree. But again, you have to look at infrastructure because there are some people living paycheck to paycheck. Is that really living a free life?
Depending on where you're coming from. Some people, I know people that love living on Section 8 and they think they living the best life they can. Matter of fact, I know people that live on Section 8 and got Camaros, Chargers, Challengers, the whole nine.
Would you say they capitalize on the situation?
I would say, heck, yeah, they capitalize on the situation. They say, you know what? And honestly, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just understanding that it's a difference between owning something and using it. You can use it as much as you want, but eventually, you know, it has to either go back to its owner in rations or returned in the same manner that it was taken. And it's almost hard to turn anything in the same manner that it was taken. So normally you're going to have to pay for it, money or time, work,
service or goods,
reparations.
So speaking of that, let's go ahead and talk about, our president, future president, President Trump. Now, don't get me wrong. I know different people feel, different ways when it comes to President Donald Trump. But guess what, people? At the end of the day, this man is about to be our president. And let me tell you a secret. This is not the first time that America has been under leadership of someone who is a white male, who is rich, and who is very expressive about our ideas. Now, the only thing that I definitely give Donald Trump his credit is where he really took over social media. Like, there's no president that compares to social media like Donald Trump. He even got banned from social media a couple times, but he obviously used social media as a platform to help push his campaign. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, because Trump understands socialism and understands people in general. So he understands that right now it's an age of social media. So just like back in the day, they would have news articles or campaigns in the news or rallies. They got the same thing now. It's easier. It's social media. So he just took advantage of the times that they're in now. And if you know anything about Trump, then you know that he was going to do that anyways.
All right. Let me ask you this next question, because a lot of people who do like Trump always say that they like him for his business mindset, that he's business savvy. And I even heard some people say that on his last term of being a president, for instance, that he brought housing prices down. Can you tell us more about that as a realtor? And do you think we'll see more of that coming up in this new presidency?
Well, the economy during the time when he was president, which was 2017, like going into COVID, I believe. So during that time, if you was purchasing a home, the interest rates were lower. Now, I'm not sure if that has to do with him per se, but I think it just meant during that time of the economy, interest rates were lower. Now we're in inflation. So at that point, we wasn't in inflation. We was actually getting money from the government for just sitting at home for doing nothing. So at that time, people had a little bit more money to put in towards purchasing a home. So the economy was different in multiple ways when it comes to market then. But he did have certain laws that had to do with real estate and tax deductions. And also being able to use some of the income that was gained as a deduction as well as some capital gain laws that played into his last, reign as president that now he is most likely going to implement coming here in 2025, I believe. So, just be looking for tax deduction and being able to utilize your capital gains and having more tax write-offs. When you sell a property, the income that you receive from selling a property gets taxed. Well, Trump is allowing you to write off more of that and to use more of it as a deduction, which then doesn't get taxed.
Well, we'll definitely be on the lookout, man, because I know I'm for sure in the process of buying a house myself, but it's definitely a process. But being aware of the market, and it's like almost hearing that the prices are going to drop, are anticipated to drop when he takes over as president, it actually gives me kind of a glimmer of hope, because interest rates right now obviously are through the roof. So many people that I wouldn't say the real estate pricing would drop. I would say maybe interest rates may start to balance themselves out. But like I said, that's just because of the economy, how it's coming right now. But I believe prices of homes will always rise. You never really see prices of homes dropping, but interest rates will balance themselves out. And
I don't think prices of home will drop, but it'll be more affordable potentially if you know how to, utilize tax write-offs, tax deduction, and the different laws that President Trump has allowed for us to utilize, as well as just understanding law, understanding, how to utilize your credit, and how to organize your books so that you can, essentially come out on the good side of this. Because Trump is going to make somebody some money, and hopefully it's you.
I like how you put it when you said, to come out on the good side of this. And because that's the real focus of this conversation. Because we know that there's a lot of controversy surrounding President Trump. But at the end of the day, we are Americans. We have the opportunity to capitalize on it. And knowing the facts from people who are in that field is definitely, a great big plus. Another topic I wanted to talk about, as far as Trump, is that he just elected Elon to this new government position, and basically Elon will lead a department. I believe it's titled the Department of Government Efficiency. So he'll basically be analyzing different sectors of the government. And I saw a clip the other day when he was talking about he was already, releasing a certain amount of government employees, but that he felt satisfied to give them, long-term and good severance packages. So I'm like, wow. And this is also the guy who created the robots, the Tesla robots. How you feel about robots and stuff, man?
Robots, essentially robots has been around. The idea of robots has been around forever. If you look at the old Star Trek and everything like that, the idea of having robots has always been around. The fact that it's coming into fruition, how it's like you're literally starting to see robots operate in many sectors of the world, really. I feel like it's gonna advance a lot of things, and it also may decrease certain things. And what I mean by that is, production wise, you're not gonna need a 20-person crew anymore, because you'll have a robot that can do what 20 people can do. But a decrease will come in. People in general will lose that job that the robot can do, and essentially lose the ability to be able to provide for their family. So that would be the decrease. And I don't know where the workforce will then turn to. But you better get you a trait that can't be replaced, or learn how to benefit from AI. That will be my take as far as anybody, whether you're an entrepreneur or 8-to-5 worker. Or grab a union. People, if you're in a union, they always get taken care of. That's what I heard.